Hi guys, welcome back to my mother's channel. Today is a beautiful day here in Long Island. I'm just going to take you out in my yard with me just to water my garden and check on the progress. It is about 85 degrees today. So this is just grass actually. I have to plant something in it. This was my curly parsley. My first time growing it. I've cut some off and used it, but as you can see, I guess it's dying on me. These are the chives. They're doing pretty good. They never actually stand up straight for me. I just keep cutting them off and cooking with them, and whenever it's done, I guess it's done, but right now I'm enjoying them. Every year I have a problem with my cilantro. This year it started out doing good. Then it was acting like it was getting too much water or too much sun. I don't know. It started turning like this. This is my parsley, which I'm very surprised in because parsley usually does very well. So I cut back my cilantro, hoping it would come back, but it doesn't look like it's going to, which is a real shame because we cook with cilantro a lot. Jason told me something about if I'm getting the water on the top of the leaves and they turn that copper color, so maybe that's what it is. But I've never had that problem before with the parsley. The basil was doing very well, and Ife got her hands in here and started cutting it off, and then it just started to die. So it has been very hot the last 2 weeks with very little rain, so I don't know if it's the heat, if I'm overwatering or underwatering. I've never had these problems before. Mint usually does very well too. That's my mint, regular mint and chocolate mint. So I'm going to water everything again today. Also, I noticed when every time I put my Miracle-Gro in, it seems like I get a setback. So I'm not going to use the Miracle-Gro anymore. Although I'm mixing it as per the directions, it's not working for me this year. So I believe last Monday or Tuesday, early last week, I put down Epsom salt. And then I also have an organic fertilizer. So I'm just going to alternate between the organic fertilizer and the Epsom salt. This plant was blooming, but now it's not doing anything. That's another thing. Every year I have a problem with the hanging plants. I don't really do a lot of flowers unless they're perennials. So I think I'll probably just get some more yard decorations like those lanterns and hang them from the poles. Something colorful. I don't plant the potted plants, I buy them. These I planted. They're doing okay. But the hanging potted plants I usually just buy. And they're always a disappointment. I packed them with more soil this year because I had heard before that the soil is too loose and it doesn't hold the water and they need a lot of water. They had to be watered every day. But even that didn't really help. The rose bush was in full bloom the other day, but now they all died off. I'm going to cut it back this year. I never cut it back. It started out as a little miniature rose bush. Issa, where's the baby?
Inside?
Is the gate closed?
Yeah. I just wanted to watch you.
Okay. So, today I have a lot of projects going on inside the house. So tomorrow my project will be to get out here and work in the garden again, get all that grass out. So these are the cucumbers. I had 3 or 4 of them coming in, and then I put the Miracle Grow, and then they died. So I'm not going to use that anymore. I see you, Isa. I'm not going to use it anymore. In the last week, they've doubled in size, so I think we're finally on the right path. These are my tomatoes. I've been pruning them, which is the first year I really pruned them. I usually don't. But they're doing good. I have about 4 there. I have 4 tomato plants. My okra didn't make it this year. I usually do my whole garden from seeds, but this year I ended up buying the plants. Couldn't find okra plants. The one store that had them, they were basically dead when I bought them. But I was hoping that they would come back, and they didn't. Looks like I have an eggplant coming in there. I had 4 eggplant plants, and 2 weren't looking good, so I pulled them out. But if these 2 do well, then I'll get a lot of eggplants from them. Those are my scallions that I just planted from the roots of the scallions that I was buying. So those will go a long way. I have some more coming up there. Can hardly differentiate it from the grass, but I know what it is. These are my peppers. 2 different kinds of jalapeno peppers. That ghost pepper back there is very strange. It doesn't get tall apparently. And bell peppers. 2 bell peppers. 1 regular jalapeno and 1 mamba jalapeno or something. This is my squash. I think all of those are squash that are gonna bloom. This too, it was doing well, and then it just stopped, and then it wilted. And now it seems like it's back on the right path. There's a place here called, well, not right here, but in a place called Deer Park, which is about 30 miles away, maybe not that far. It's an outlet mall, and they have a store there called the Christmas Tree Shop. They have a lot of yard decorations and everything for the summer. Well, they're seasonal. Anyway, as you know, everything was closed, and out there probably still is closed. But you have to go there early spring, like around April. So next year I'll plan to go there and just get yard decorations instead of doing those hanging plants. I'm tired of them. It's 5 years I've been doing them. Just gonna set this down a second so I can put the nozzle on the hose. And other people have told me to fill up 5-gallon buckets with water and use that for watering the hose. For watering the garden. So that way the water doesn't have chlorine in it as you're spraying it on straight from the water hose. Jason said he started doing that and he's having a lot of success. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Issa, go check and make sure the water hose is
Are
straight.
you still doing a video?
Yes, I am. Have to go check on the baby real quick. My mother's resting, so she's not watching the babies today. Hold on a minute. baby's quiet. So, is the water hose okay, Issa? Alright, turn it back to the setting that I like. And let me water the garden. Thank you. Turn it back. No, back. Alright, Issa, you're taking too long. Good, thank you. Move.
It's hot.
It is hot.
I can't even get wet.
I don't want you in the video, Issa. I didn't pull out the hose any more than it was pulled out, so I'll just use the watering can to do the flowers. We have sprinklers that come on, but they don't reach the garden. Should be able to pick those tomatoes by next week. We have a lot more blooms. I guess it did pay off to do the plants. It cost me about twice as much money than to do just the seeds. But I am seeing vegetables coming out sooner. Over there's another group of 4 tomatoes. Usually when I bring them from seeds, it's such a slow start. I wouldn't start seeing vegetables till mid to late July. Anyway, I'm not going to give up. I enjoy my garden. I like having garden fresh vegetables and herbs. One thing that I didn't do this year or last year was put down soil. Used to, I would buy like 6 huge bags of soil from BJ's, till the garden, and then work in the new soil. Then the gardener told me not to buy soil, just to fertilize and enrich my soil. But I do see a difference since I stopped buying the soil. So I think next year I'll go back to that. Last year we didn't make out with much at all because we had the fence put down, and that wasn't till mid-July, which means I couldn't plant till after the fence went in. I'm going to get a bigger watering can too. This one is only 1 gallon, which doesn't go very far. Alright, so I'm just going to water those herbs and the flowers and see how far we can get with them. I hope you enjoy this video. Keep coming back.